insider. Okay, so have you ever heard of, so that title might not make sense, so I just want to check, have you ever heard of like inside information in like when people
Yes.
are trading, right? So it means basically you have some special information that really helps you out, like gives you an advantage. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's what that title is about, and basically it's the inside information, let's say, that God gives us as all human beings. God helps us out, like lots of amazing, crazy ideas that would make no sense at the time, but are really good to save the environment. So it's actually, again, coming back to the main title of this half of the show, the easy way to save the environment. Okay. And so anyway, what special information does Islam have, as I say down there, that will save the environment? And so, just as one example, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said or forbade the skins of wild beasts being used as floor coverings or as mattresses. Okay, so that's a bit weird, and it's got ref there because I just copy pasted it from the notes as usual. If you go to the notes in the description, you can see the reference and the links and stuff. But anyway, the point is, like, first of all, that's really weird. Like, can you see how that saves the environment by not killing wild beasts? And actually,
Because that's
the
more of a luxury, though. Because we're having it as a carpenter of clothes.
So
Because
actually, the translation is, sorry. I just noticed. Okay, so from translating from Arabic to English is not always very easy. I'm gonna update that translation. It's actually supposed to be predators, skins of, where's it? Wild beasts. I'll get rid of wild beasts and write predators. I'll people focus. Predators.
yeah, but you can
Okay.
still make clothes out of that. Like instead
Yeah.
of
So
having it as a carpet, you
So
can wear
it's
it on
so
yourself.
it's so let me put it this way. Islam is saying it's all right to kill most animals if you need to, have a rug or whatever it is, but don't kill predators. Someone explain that, right? Okay, because it's a bit more complicated than people might realize. So
Ah,
not even modern day green political parties would go to the extremes Islam does. It teaches you to plant a tree, even if it's the last thing you do. Like you're about to die, plant the tree if you got a seed. Like that's really extreme. Right? Can you imagine somebody in the Green Party, some politician saying that? Can you imagine?
maybe.
It'd be a
Yes.
bit weird. I'm not sure if they get elected, but anyway, okay. I mean, this sounds kind of cool in a way, though. Okay, so it also has other weird sounding teachings, which we only now know or are now are realizing the importance of, such as not killing predators, or as doing so has a massively negative impact on the environment. So I'm going to explain how that's possible in a minute, but let me click that way. Okay, so here goes the kind of slightly more in depth but still summary. Islam gives us inside information on the workings of the environment so that we can save it. Only in recent times, after we messed up the environment and are heading towards a global warming, have we realized the importance of planting trees. Islam valued trees over 1,000 years ago, well over 1,000 years ago, with the extreme teaching that if you have a seed in your hand and you're about to die, plant it. This is probably more important than most people realize, not just to balance our carbon footprint, but also to reverse desertification, like things, the whole world slowly turning into a desert, which is wiping out the Earth's ability to sustain life. Like if you have a desert, you don't grow stuff anymore and you can't feed people. So it also teaches never to kill a bee, long before it was known that they are the most important pollinators in the world, without which life would end. And now they are dying very quickly because of monoculture. Ever heard of monoculture, Saleh?
No.
It's like when you basically plant miles and miles of one thing. Okay, it drives bees crazy, basically, because it's like they have to, because they end up just having one kind of food, one kind of plant, one kind of nectar. It's just like horrible for them. Anyway, it's which is a byproduct of industrialized food. Like you have to have miles and miles of one thing to specialize so you can make whatever. Let's not get into that. But anyway, then there are even more unusual teachings in Islam, such as not killing predators, which we now know are very few compared to herbivores. Okay, so only a few predators compared to maybe 100 herbivores, right? Killing predators destabilizes ecosystems and so causes many other animals and plants to die off. There's a massive knock-on effect if you
But aren't we
mess.
not technically predators then? Because we're killing the herbivores as well for the predators.
Yeah, so we're
But
not.
doesn't
Yeah,
that
so
not make us replacing the old predators?
oh, that is really interesting idea. Okay. So, but let me kind of go into the facts that we do know, right? So, something that this idea of killing off predators is really bad. Okay, is only something we've recently realized, appreciated in, and if somebody wants to search up Yellowstone Wolf Project. Okay, where they brought some wolves back, only a few wolves, and into Yellowstone, which is like a famous. Have you heard of Yellowstone Park? Must have,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, Yogi Bear and all that. Okay, and some probably more important things than Yogi Bear, who doesn't really exist. So basically, like, not only did so many animals come back into like existence, not existence, but come back to the park and grow, like so many plants that are basically died off almost, okay, just come back from the brink, or maybe just died. I'm not sure exactly the details, right? So it's incredible the small changes. That's a very interesting idea you had about. I don't think human beings as predators replace wolves as predators because they all have different jobs. Do you get it? Like they poo in a certain way, and they rub against certain plants, and they have all sorts of weird things that they do that human beings don't do. Do you
Hmm.
get it? So we don't. It's not like you. It's like we. It's not like we can kill off all the animals, all the animals, and say, you know what, we will do. We're good enough predators. It's not that. Like we
Well, we
pred
can artificially recreate what they do, so you don't necessarily need them. You just
that
have to
that's a
study them
see that's
enough.
again a theory that people who don't really understand nature or science or whatever, they kind of go, oh yeah, it's really easy to replace, it's really easy to fix. Like if they could do that, they would have, but they didn't. They had to bring out those wolves to sort the problem out, because all these animals are incredibly complicated. Like when you look at our eyes, like they're the best cameras in the world, and so many other things. Like we have been so detached from nature that we actually think that we can do these things. We would be dead without nature in like a day, right? We'd just
Yeah,
be
but nature
finished.
can help us understand everything, and then when we can understand nature, can understand how to replicate it. So that's how you learn different things. Like
We're, we're,
maths,
we're
you
getting there very,
understand
very
maths, and you
slowly.
can start
Yeah.
doing maths, let's say.
Yeah.
So you
It's not.
can technically
Yeah. It's
replicate what nature
it's
does.
nature is so complicated. We're nowhere. Anybody who understands science knows that they know nothing. Like all the best scientists will tell you, like the more we learn, the more we realize we know nothing. Okay, so it's just way too. It's insanely complicated how complicated nature is. Anyway.